there. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. Well, as you can see behind me, I've got my St. Patrick's Day wreath behind me. And down here, right below me, is my red wagon all spiffed up and decorated up for St. Patrick's Day. But St. Patrick's Day is now over. So it's time to switch out this wreath for Easter. And as you all know, I already have all of the accent pieces and everything, and then I didn't use any glue on this wreath. So hopefully I will be able to switch it out pretty easily to Easter. And then I'm going to do my little red wagon decor and switch out my flags that are down, ooh, it's really bright this way, that are down my sidewalk there or in the flower bed, and switch out the wreath on the light post down there. And then out at the mailbox, I'll switch out the mailbox decor. So I'm so sorry, I'm shaking. Look at my hand shaking. This is kind of heavy. I've got an iPhone 6 Plus, and I guess when it's out that far on a selfie stick like this, it makes it a little heavy, and I'm a little shaky. Ugh, sorry. So I will close for now and come on along with me, though, as I get to decorating and creating today. One of my favorite things to do, as you guys know. Be right back. Hi everyone, I'm back here on my kitchen island, and I have retrieved my wreath off of the front door, my St. Patrick's Day wreath off of the front door. And as you guys will remember, I did not use glue for this wreath at all, so I'm going to deconstruct this wreath. Right now I had used toothpicks to close up some of the burlap that was where you can still see the chenille ties. So I didn't have to do that if I remember too much, but I'm going to remove the toothpicks and then deconstruct this entire wreath except for the burlap. I'm going to leave the cream burlap alone, and then we're going to use all of those materials I have set up back there to reconstruct it for Easter. So I'll be right back after I get this deconstructed. Okie dokie, as you can see, I've deconstructed this wreath, took all the St. Patrick's Day stuff off of it, and now I'm getting ready to put it together, back together, to become an Easter wreath. I am not going to deconstruct the cream burlap though. So if you want to see how I put the cream burlap on this wreath form, you can go to the top right corner and hit that little button up there, and that will take you to my St. Patrick's Day video where I showed you how I put the burlap on this wreath frame. This is on a 24-inch wreath frame. So first thing I need to do is to make a bow, and remember it had that big green bow at the bottom, so I'm going to make a big pink bow for the bottom. Now this is something I've never worked with, this material here, so we'll see. It is wired, but it is very wide, and I bought it on purpose. Move that out of the way for a little bit to be that wide, but let's see how I do. Let me see how many loops I have on this green bow. 1, 2, 3, 4 loops. This was a 4-loop bow, meaning 4 loops on one side and 4 loops on the other. So I'm going to go ahead and do a bow tutorial here for you guys. And I think this is all I'm going to do today for this video. I will redecorate outside tomorrow for the rest of the decor, but I do want to get this done today. We've been out with our daughter this morning, and I'm running out of daytime here. So I did want to get this done to show you guys though, this wreath. So all right, let's do a bow tutorial. As again, this is a very wide, I think this is 5 inches wide, but it is double-sided. So just for that reason, it'll be a little easier to work with, but I'm going to have problems, I bet you anything, holding on to it, because it is so wide. But we'll see. So first thing you do is you make one fold toward yourself. And then you come down and you grab it from the bottom and you make another loop. And then you pinch it together. And that will make your first 2 loops. So to make your center loop, you just kind of turn it under itself and grab it from underneath with your thumb and your forefinger, and you kind of accordion it together, pinch it together, and hang on to it with that forefinger and thumb. And that makes your first 2 bows. Now I'm going to be working this way. Usually I have my camera on this side, so just kind of picture it if you can. It's going to be a bit of a tiered bow, but I'm going to be kind of working upside down for you guys. Sorry, I should have moved my camera to the other side, but y'all get the drift. So make your next loop about a 1/2 inch longer than the loop before it. Turn it under, just make a loop and pull this underneath. And again, accordion it together, pinch it together, and hold on to it with your thumb and your forefinger. And your ribbon will be fed the way you want it to go, or the way it's supposed to go. So you don't even have to think about that. So it naturally came out this direction. Here's the second loop, and it's just about a 1/2 inch longer than the first loop. Again, accordion it together and hang on for dear life. No twisting is necessary because it's 2-sided ribbon. And here we come with the third loop. 1, 2, 3. Third loop. Again, accordion it together. Hang on, your hands start to cramp right about this time, at least mine is. But hang on, you don't have too much further to go. And here, let's make it on this side, make your third loop on this side. And don't really worry about what it looks like, because you're always going to be able to fiddle with it and manipulate it once you get it all tied closed. Just kind of, I think your worry when you're making the bow is just to make sure that one loop isn't, you know, a lot longer than the other one. So there we go. Pinch it together and one more loop on each side. And hold it underneath, pinch it together, accordion it together. I have quite a handful now, as you can see. We have one more loop on this side. Pinch it together. And then I want semi-long tails on this bow. So let's take it out about that far, I would say. Sorry, I hit my camera there. And then bring it back underneath. Pinch it together on this. We will have 1, 2, 3 tails on this bow. So then take your pipe cleaner and you want to feed it underneath the loop but over your thumb, and get it to about the halfway point in your pipe cleaner, and then grab it with your thumb, kind of snug it underneath your thumb and grab it, and then pull it around kind of beside your hand. Pull it around till the 2 ends meet, and then pull it as tight as you can. Use this hand for some leverage, your left hand for some leverage, your right hand to really hang on to it, and then twist and make it as tight as you can. And that, my friends, will make you one very pretty, big, fat, pink bow. And of course I'll have to fool with it and fix it, but the first thing I'm going to do is tie it on the wreath. So there you go. Isn't that pretty? Wow, that worked out really pretty. All right, so then of course we have to cut it off the bolt. And then we're going to cut the two where you made that one big fat loop at the end. I'm going to cut that in half. And of course these scissors, oh my land. Could they be any more dull? No, I don't think so. All right, so first thing we're going to do is get this tied on to the wreath form. And I like to tie it to the inner rung of the work wreath. I kind of snug the pipe cleaner down between the 2 rings turn it over. I'm going to pull it really tight because that will help the bow kind of stick out a little bit and pooch out a little bit on the front, which I really like that look. So, there we go. Again, I'm going to wait till I get the rest of it put together, and then I'll put it up on my easel and really poof it out and make it pretty. But y'all get the gist of it there. Okay, next, let's see. I was going to try to put something around the sides of this one, and that way I think we might not have to use the toothpicks, because I really didn't care for doing that. I need to find a better way maybe to do that, but I thought I would use a pipberry garland, and that would help to camouflage these pipberries. I'm going to do it on the probably on the outer ring, and we'll see how this works. I'm just, as I say, snugging the stem into the pipe cleaner. I don't know. I'm thinking we can just, you know, kind of manipulate it around, kind of try to camouflage that. Why not, huh? It's hanging on my front porch. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm going to finish snugging this in on this side, and then I'm going to do it on that side, and then I'll be back to show you how I'll make the top decor for this. Be right back. Alrighty, so there we go. I got the pipberries. By the way, this was one pipberry garland, one 6-foot pipberry garland. I just cut it in half. And this I already had in my stash here. I did not purchase this pipberry garland for this wreath. I had it out in my stash already. So I did not purchase that. Everything else you'll see, I did purchase this ribbon, and it was $9.99 at 50% off. And this sign, you know what, I threw away the prices, you guys. I think I did go through them when I hauled this. So I'll put a link to the haul at the end of this video. So the next thing I want to do is attach this sign, this bunny sign. And you can see I'm going to be pulling in the pink of the ribbon and the green of the pipberry into the sign. So, and it already has a piece of twine up here. So I'm going to go ahead and just tie the sign, or wrap the burlap, or the twine into the chenille tie right up here on the inner ring. And here I have some cherry blossom flowers, and these came in a bunch. I have 4 stems of them, but they came in a bunch of 2. So I'm just going to go with that and turn them kind of on one another like that. But I also have some of these fern, pink fern looking things. I am going to cut these apart a little bit. I want to leave some of the green leaves on, though, to pull in some more of the green color. I have to tell you guys, Chris got me these Dewalt wire cutters. He saw me struggling with another pair that I'd used for probably 20 years, and he purchased these. Now, I'm really silly. I like gifts like this. I mean, he purchased them for me just for a just because gift, but I cannot recommend these highly enough. They're from Dewalt. Go get yourselves a pair if you do a lot of wreath making or cutting. They're awesome. I don't know how much. Do you know how much they were? He doesn't remember. He's standing here with me. He doesn't remember how much they were, but however much they are, they're worth it. Trust me. Because I don't have to, especially if you have arthritis and you're struggling, these are great. Absolutely wonderful. Cannot recommend them enough. All right, back to my wreath. I digress, sorry. All right, so I do want the ferns kind of underneath. the cherry blossoms. Like that. I tell you, I know I'm going to want some of these ferns for up and around the top of the flower. So I'll be honest with you, I'm only going to put 2 behind the cherry blossoms. That's the one thing that bothered me with the other wreath. As a matter of fact, I'm going to wait to put these in. I'm just going to put the cherry blossoms on first. Let's do that. And you see, there we go. Just going to tie them right in to the upper rings chenille tie. And I kind of want to bend them a little bit, kind of into the shape of the wreath. Again, I don't want to use any glue, so I'm really trying to be careful not to use glue. I'm going to turn this around so I can kind of stick these fern pieces in where I want. Again, I'm using all of the chenille ties, no glue. There's a little fern piece sticking out that side, and let's do one on this side in the same manner. Got the ferny pieces in there. Again, I'm going to tweak this. I'm going to put this up on my easel in a few minutes so that I can tweak these flowers and make them look really pretty. I'm just trying to get them on for now. This looks like it is a peony flower. We had one of these at our other house, you guys. Oh my goodness. It probably would get about 8 or 10 blooms on it. And it was too big for us to bring here and transplant. So we didn't. And I just used to love that every year. Chris has such a green thumb. And you know what? We went back by our other house the other day and they have cut that down. They cut it out of our flower bed. I was so sad. I was like, oh, I wish they had called us and let us know. We would have maybe tried to come and transplant it, but regardless. So anyway, this big, pretty peony is going to go right in the middle like that. I'm actually going to stick it through just like that, and it should sit on there beautifully. I'm hoping it's somewhat in the middle. The last thing, but I'm going to wait until I get this up on my easel, are these ferny pieces, and I'll get them up and around this flower, but I need to look at it up on the easel first. So let me go get my easel, and I'll be right back, and we'll finish this puppy up, and then we will be done transforming our wreath from St. Patrick's Day to Easter. Be right back. Okie dokie, that about does it. It's looking pretty good, huh? And again, I'm trying to back it up just a little bit. Trying to demonstrate for you guys how you can use the same wreath form decorated with the same burlap, and just by switching out your accent pieces, you can have pretty much 2 wreaths in one. You don't have to go rebuy another wreath frame. You don't have to redo the burlap. You just switch out your accent pieces, and I've now transformed this from St. Patrick's Day to Easter, and I'm really happy with it. It looks so pretty. I like this one better than I like the St. Patrick's Day. Shh, don't tell anybody. But I do. I like this one better. I think probably because I really like pink. Pink is one of my favorite colors, and I'm really happy when I can decorate with it. I do want to do the bow tails. I want to show you guys how to do the bow tails and how to chevron the bow tails. So if you remember, we're going to fold them in half lengthwise, and some people start at the fold or in half lengthwise like that. I don't. I start at the edge, and I'm going to make them all about the same length. And you cut up at a deep V, and that gives you 2 points or a chevroned edge. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other two. You know, my mom used to shake all the time, and I was always priding myself that I was not going to shake. But today has been a shaky day for me. You guys saw the camera earlier, and now I'm shaking with these scissors in my hands. You don't know how many times I've cut my finger doing that. I always have to make sure that it's above my finger. And there we go. So I will go and hang this up out on the front door, and I'll take a couple of pictures and do a little video out there just as a closing bit there, and that'll do it. Tomorrow I'll be working on the red wagon decor and my mailbox. So stay tuned for that. And also changing out my flags and the wreath, you know, the bunny wreath, the trio bunny wreath, that will go on the light post out there. So I'll be right back with this hanging on the front door. I'm excited. It's Easter. I get to decorate for Easter outside. Woohoo! Be right back. Okie dokie, here it is. All in place. Look how pretty. I really, really, really like this. And then here is the red wagon, still decorated for St. Patrick's Day. So I will get out here tomorrow and do that. As I said, I'm running out of day today, and our daughter Kristen is here visiting. So I do want to spend some time with her. So I'll work on putting this little video together so you guys can see how to transform a St. Patrick's Day wreath into an Easter wreath. Lickety split. All right, no glue at all. So, until next time, you guys take good care. Bye-bye.